Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paul Devlin.
Good morning, everybody. Few sore heads in the audience. Hands up if you've got a sore head. So, spot buy. I spent a lot of time traveling across Europe, obviously, and one of the common themes that comes up time and time again is, look, how do I manage my non-contract spend in a different way? Dealing with suppliers, registering suppliers just isn't easy. And then I have the challenge that for so many of my categories, we negotiate contracts, we sign contracts with our suppliers, and then 4 months later, in the market, I can buy a lot of that spend or a lot of those things significantly cheaper. So how do I ensure as a company that not only do I take care of my preferred suppliers, but that every single time that somebody in my organization wants to buy, they're buying the right thing in a controlled way, compliantly, but with the best possible optimum result for me in terms of the cost of buying that thing. And that's what we want to talk to you about today. So we talked around how, at the end of the day, this is all about you in terms of our customers. We've taken that feedback and we've created Spot Buy, and we're going to talk to you about how Mercateo help us extend that value proposition. Spot Buy really comes down to 3 words: content, control, and experience. Content. I think I was speaking to one of my colleagues this morning, told me 1999 they took a survey to market, and the market was saying, it is all about content, we need content. And here we are in 2017, and have we really solved that problem? But content is what Spot Buy is. It is trusted, it is configurable. More importantly, we've already done the homework for our customers. We're only providing you with vetted, trusted content. You can now have millions of items available in Spot Buy when you turn on the software. Control. We're all procurement professionals. We love control, right? And Spot Buy is now configurable to match your existing procurement policy. And you also control the content available. It's like building your own shopping mall with only the stores that you want. Think about having a personal company shopping mall. And think about the impact that that can have on your users and your user experience. And as we talk about experience, end users are already experts at using Spot Buy because they have the same experience at home. Anybody that's ever bought anything from eBay or Amazon already knows how to use Spot Buy. It's already growing around the globe. In 2017, we're in the US, Australia, Canada, Argentina, Mexico, and now we're expanding in Europe with a new partner that provides both breadth of supply, tens of millions of items in 14 countries, and a robust seller content platform. That new platform is Mercateo. And now imagine in your ERP system having a single supplier, and that single supplier being Mercateo, and Mercateo doing so much of this work for you, and we're going to come and talk about that. So please join me in welcoming on stage the Chief Marketing Officer and the Chief Sales Officer, Dr. Bernd Schoenwalder. Welcome, Bernd. Thank you. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the partnership. This is going to make a real difference to this market and to our customers. Let's talk about Mercateo. Tell the audience a bit about Mercateo.
Well, thank you for the warm introduction, Paul. I think it's safe to say that Mercateo is the European leader in the field of non-contracted spend, certainly when it comes to vetted content and supply-side reach. We are operating since 1999, Europe's biggest B2B marketplace. We have subsidiaries in 14 European countries as of today, and that gives you already quite a nice coverage of the European map, and that coverage is rising dynamically year by year. But I think what is even more interesting than regional coverage is our category coverage on Mercateo Shop, because we are catering exactly for those categories that you as procurement need to meet the demands in the spot buy and tail spend processes. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we have MRO, we have office supplies, we have IT hard and software, IT accessories, tools, you name it. It breaks down into literally tens of thousands of categories many of them highly B2B specific. And all these categories, which amount to far more than 50 million SKUs across Europe, are really vetted content. You are our customer. Many here in the audience and the companies that you represent are already our customers. Many more outside there, enterprise class, corporations, mid-sized companies. And we take every year 7-digit number of orders. And we take the full merchant role and responsibility for every single order there. So you can be pretty sure that we care about the content that we provide on that platform. And that is what sets Mercateo Shop apart, this breadth and depth of categories. But it's not the only thing. There's just a second thing that makes Mercateo Shop unique, and that's the connectivity that we provide. We followed a very long and intense learning curve to see how we have to connect seamlessly in all your processes in the procurement landscape that you out there have. And that's what we implemented for Mercateo Shop. And that's what makes it so interesting process-wise. And at that point, a completely new story begins. Because with a focus on connectivity, we launched a new platform. And that's quite fresh news. Maybe many of you haven't heard of this yet, because we just launched this a few months ago in Q1 2017. And that is the Mercateo Unite platform. So let me just explain a little bit, because I think many of you here haven't heard about it yet. What is Mercateo Unite for? Now, Mercateo Unite is a platform that is neutral in the sense that it cares as much about process services for the procurement side as it cares about providing process services for the supply side. And that is what we call a neutral infrastructure, just in the middle between buy side and sell side. And the focus on the services for the supply side makes Mercateo Unite quite unique. So it starts with fast and easy onboarding, but it doesn't end there. All the problems that you have with low volume suppliers, I mean, that's tail spend, the supply side has with providing and caring for low volume customers. SRM process, CRM process. So we care much about the motivations of the supply side there. And then to all this, we add some magic for you, and that is a uniform single creditor model. For every supplier that you can reach and do business with via the Unite platform, we apply a single invoice issuer, Mercateo Unite, and a single payment destination. So single creditor is an easy word to say, but if you see it in reality, it's just magic. I mean, your colleagues in finance will love it. And that's what we do with Unite. So if you're asking for the mission that we are on, so that's let me put it this way. Our mission is to make tail spend awesome.
Excellent, Bernd. Thank you. Thank you. So look, let's go. Let's see this in action. Yeah. So Matt. Yeah. You've seen backstage, right?
Quite a lot of equipment back there, Paul. In fact, on the way out here, I almost tripped over some wires. So we might have done a little bit of damage here, but we're going to take care of that on our procurement app. So first of all, I'm the product owner for Ariba Spot Buy. We've been working on this application for about 3 years. And really, this is the next evolution for us in Europe, is this Unite platform, which is really powerful. That single vendor, single creditor model really is what makes this thing sing. So we're really excited to do that. So again, backstage, lots of equipment, lots of things to keep all these lights on. And we need to get a wire crimper to fix some of these wires. Now, first off, what I want to show you is really how easy it is to enable an additional channel, right? We set these countries as different channels, and the Mercateo model supports an invoicing legal entity within each one of the countries that we serve in Europe. So right now, what I want to do is enable spot buy content for my UK user, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the search capabilities. So real easy, we got our dashboard here up on the screen. I'm just going to go into network suppliers. I can see that right now my channel for UK is off. I'll have different channels for different countries. Let's go ahead and turn that on, and then we'll take a look at how a normal end user is typically going to use the system. Okay. So now I'm going to switch over to our guided buying user interface. You guys have seen little previews of that. Obviously, it's in a lot of the demo pods. Really, this is where your core users are using our product, right? You may have 10,000 end users. Your power users, your procurement folks, probably use the first UI that you saw. It's got a lot more functionality. But really, normal users who don't know the policies and the procedures in the company can use guided buying to get access to those. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, this is very typical of what you see in the procurement apps, right? You see maybe images, no images for some of your supply. Maybe your suppliers are offering punch out, which case the user then has to go out to the website of the supplier and bring that stuff back in. We really think that we want to put the content in the situation that the user is in. And so that's where we see a lot of value for Spot Buy. So I can see some of these now. That's really not what I want. What do you think? Should we check out Spot Buy?
Yeah,
Got your fingers crossed. All right. All right. Clicking over. Oh my gosh, we've got some great content here. Right, you want to give us a little overview here?
Have a look here. That's interesting because this is served by the Unite infrastructure now in the background, and you see some items coming from the Mercateo shop. You see the Mercateo logo. But there are other supplies here, RS Components, that is plugged into Mercateo Unite, so you see this variety of supplies that we can serve. That's the difference between Unite and Mercateo shop. That's quite obvious here.
That's right, and this really lends itself to those situations where, you know, procurement departments look in the past to predict what they're going to buy in the future. But for Spot Buy, it's those weird things that you may not plan for that you really need that can end up costing you a lot of money in the long run. Many times it costs you more than the item itself just to make the purchase. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of these. Yep, this looks like the right crimper for us. If I wanted to, I can expedite the shipping. I can see what the return policy is, and so forth. So we'll go ahead and add that one to cart, and there we go. We'll hopefully have that delivered tomorrow.
Wonderful. Matt, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there's one part of the story that you can't see because it's not part of the UX, and that's now the regulation of the invoicing and the payment process.
That's right.
Now you choose very kind of you to choose the Mercateo product, but actually with Unite we are completely neutral there as well. We don't prefer ourselves. You could have taken their RS Components pliers as well.
Exactly.
And then now your accounting department would get the Mercateo Unite invoice and would pay to the one single payment destination, to the one account.
Exactly.
And they will be happy. So you do a great favor to your colleagues in accounting as well.
Yeah. So you switch this on, you have a new world of single supplier, a new world of single invoicing, and think about that when you go back. Yeah, we have, so if I just summarize this for you quickly. The partnership combines content, combines control and experience of Spot Buy, and we've vastly expanded the supplier ecosystem and robust seller content platform. It is a true game changer for us here in Europe, something that we're unbelievably excited about, and we look forward to coming out in the coming days and weeks and speaking to you about that too, and working to understand how we continue to make procurement awesome through SAP Ariba Spot Buy and Mercateo. Thank you. Have a great day.